Be Hope Church, we have made it to the end of our 21 days of prayer and fasting. How do we get here this fast? I could not tell you, but I hope and pray that in this 21 days of prayer and fasting that you have heard from God on a deeper level and just gotten closer with Him. We have been in this series, We Move Forward, where we have heard about David's life and how he moved forward in the midst of the season that he was in. So today we're going to be in Psalm 63, and something important to note is it says that this was a time that David was in the wilderness. Don't forget that. I'm going to be reading in verses 4 and 5. It says, I will praise you as long as I live, lifting up my hands to you in prayer. You satisfy me more than the richest feast. I will praise you with songs of joy. And the reason that I love this so much is because Pastor Brad, in his latest message, asked, are you where you want to be? And I believe if your answer is no, and you're desperate to know why God doesn't have you where you want to be, I think the answers are in David's words right here. He says, I will praise you as long as I live, lifting up my hands to you in prayer. It starts with worship. When we raise our hand, it's an act of surrender. We're releasing control and allowing God to come into our heart and speak to us. But when our hands are closed and we're trying to take control of the plans that we want, God, as the perfect gentleman that He is not going to come in unless He's invited. But what does it say David does in the midst of being in the wilderness? It says he praises God and that God satisfies him. So really, all that God wants us to do is open our hands every day and release control and say, God, not my plans, but yours. What does His word say? That His plans that He has for us are made to prosper us and not to harm us. I think I want those plans, and I want those for you too. And so in order for God to come in, we have to be available to say, I don't want my plans, but I want yours, and believe that He is doing something big. But in order to receive it, we have to let Him in.
Thank you for joining us here today. Every morning at 6 a.m., you can join us again for another devotional from somebody else. It'll be a great way to start your day. And as you continue to fast, we want to hear from you, so you can put comments in the chats on each area of where you're watching and how you're joining in, so we can stay connected. We look forward to seeing you on the weekends at church. And we also want you to know every Saturday during this season, we are going to meet at 9 a.m. on each campus. And so as you are going through 21 days, check with your campus and each location so that we can come together and pray for all that God has, for what He's going to do as we move forward.